Gilgamesh said to Uttanapishtim, "The very moment sleep was pouring over me, you touched me and alerted me." Uttanapishtim spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, "Look over there, Gilgamesh, count your loaves. You should be aware of what is marked on the wall. Your first loaf is desiccated, the second, stale, the third, moist, your fourth turned white. The fifth sprouted gray mold, the sixth is still fresh, the seventh is at that instant you awoke." Gilgamesh said to Uttanapishtim the faraway, "Oh, whoa, what shall I do? Uttanapishtim, where shall I go? The snatcher has taken hold of my flesh, in my bedroom death dwells, and wherever I set foot, there is death too. There too is death, home empty-handed." Uttanapishtim said to Ur-Shanabi the ferryman, "May the harbor reject you. May the ferry landing reject you. May you who used to walk its shores be denied its shores. The man in front of you whom you walk, matted hair chains his body. Animal skins have ruined his beautiful skin. Take him away, Ur-Shanabi. Bring him to the washing place. Let him wash his matted hair in the water Elu. Let him cast away his animal skin and have the sea carry it off. Let his body be moistened with fine oil. Let the wrap around his head be made new. Let him wear royal robes worthy of him until he goes off to his city, until he sets off on his way. Let his royal robe not be spotted. Let it be perfectly new." Ur-Shanabi took him away and brought him to the washing place. He washed his matted hair with water like Elu. He cast off his animal skin, and the sea carried it. Oh, he moistened his body with fine oil and made a new wrap for his head. He put on a royal robe worthy of him until he went away to his city, until he set off on his way. His royal robe remained unspotted. It was perfectly clean. Gilgamesh and Ur-Shanabi boarded the boat. They cast off the Megillu boat and sailed away. The wife of Uttanapishtim the faraway said to him, "Gilgamesh came here exhausted and worn out. What can you give him so that he can return to his land with honor?" Then Gilgamesh raised a punting pole and drew the boat to shore. Uttanapishtim spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, "Gilgamesh, you came here exhausted and worn out. What can I give you so that you can return to your land? I will disclose to you a thing that is hidden. Gilgamesh, I will tell you, there is a plant like a box thorn, whose thorns will prick your hand like a rose. If your hands reach that plant, you will become a young man again." Hearing this, Gilgamesh opened a conduit to the Apsu and attached heavy stones to his feet. They dragged him down to the Apsu. They pulled him. He took the plant through it, pricked his hand, and cut the heavy stones from his feet, letting the waves throw him onto its shores. Gilgamesh spoke to Ur-Shanabi the ferryman, saying, "Ur-Shanabi, this plant is a plant against decay, by which a man can attain his survival. I will bring it to Uruk Haven and have an old man eat the plant to test it. The plant's name is the old man becomes a young man. Then I will eat it and return to the condition of my youth." At 20 leagues they broke for some food. At 30 leagues they stopped for the night. Seeing a spring and how cool its waters were, Gilgamesh went down and was bathing in the water. A snake smelled the fragrance of the plant, silently came up and carried off the plant. While going back, it slowed off its casing. At that point, Gilgamesh sat down weeping, his tears streaming over the side of his nose. "Counsel me, O ferryman Ur-Shanabi, for whom have my arms labored, Ur-Shanabi? For whom has my heart's blood roiled? I have not secured any good deed for myself, but done a good deed for the lion of the ground. Now the high waters are coursing 20 leagues distant. As I was opening the conduit, I turned my equipment over into it. What can I find to serve as a marker for me? I will turn back from the journey by sea and leave the boat by the shore. At 20 leagues they broke for some food. At 30 leagues they stopped for the night. They arrived in Uruk haven. Gilgamesh said to Urshanabi the ferryman, "Go up, Urshanabi, onto the wall of Uruk and walk around. Examine its foundation, inspect its brickwork thoroughly. Is not even the core of the brick structure of kiln-fired brick? And did not the 7 sages themselves lay out its plan? 1 league city, 1 league palm gardens, 1 league lowlands, the open area of Ishtar temple, 3 leagues, and the open area of Uruk it encloses."